What's up, folks? Johnny Lee Reinoso here with Don't Admire, Acquire. That's right. Don't admire, acquire. Check it out. If you haven't picked one up, grab one today. It's a fantastic read, okay? It's a quick read, but with relevant information that'll help you immediately implement best practices, action items, mindset, things that'll help you today with your life, with your business, okay? It's a great read. Again, it's called Don't Admire, Acquire. Check me out on Amazon, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, leave a nice review on Amazon and send me a note. You could contact me via www.johnnyleereynoso.com. Okay, before we get started, which we're gonna get into some really interesting and fantastic things, if you like this video, do me a favor, hit like, that's what it's there for. Thumbs up, okay, like the video. Second thing I need you to do, subscribe to the video, because what I'm bringing to you on a weekly basis is relevant, key, best practices, great information that you could implement immediately. Folks, those of you who know me, if you've been following my content, I hate to complicate things. I hate to make things feel like it's unbelievably, extremely difficult and impossible, but I'm so smart that I know this and I'm just gonna give you a little nugget. No, I bring to you a lot of times what is considered complex strategies, and I break it down very simple so that you can implement it immediately and see tremendous success, both in your business and in your personal life, okay? So if you like the video, do me a favor, hit like, do me a favor and hit subscribe, drop a comment, and best of all, okay, and I appreciate all of you who do this, share this with others, okay, whether it's in the industry, your industry, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with those who have goals, who look to accomplish and succeed in life, because I'm bringing relevant information that can help everyone at all different stages of their life. Let's get started. So those of you who know me, again, you guys know I'm all about goal setting, accomplishing the goals, acquiring the necessary tools, skill sets, mindset that's needed in order to get to where we need to get to, in order to accomplish that, in order to become who we want to become, right? You guys know this. So there are 4 critical components that we need to focus on when we're trying to accomplish those goals, okay? These 4 critical components has a lot to do with also what's out there called neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. Fantastic, okay, wonderful program. If you want to look it up, Google it. I'm no practitioner, but I love and I'm a student of the art. I think it's a wonderful a way to learn and know how to overcome and win the mindset at the end of the day, which is what it's all about, right? The mindset. So I'm going to bring to you 4 critical components that are absolutely important that you could implement today, okay? You could implement today, right now, that'll help you in your business, in your personal life, your health, your finances, and all things that you have goals and that you're trying to accomplish more and better of, okay? Let's get started. First one is know your outcome. Know your outcome. You need to have clarity. That's right, I took some notes. Unlike freestyling like I normally do, I really wanted to make sure I touched upon some critical things here. Know your outcome, folks. You need clarity. You need to have clarity. Where are you going? Where are you going? Why are you going there? Okay, when I'm working one-on-one with a lot of people and they tell me that, that this is their goal, let's say on a personal level, that their goal is to lose a certain amount of weight, I always ask the following question: why? Why 18 pounds? Why 17 pounds? Why 22 pounds? Why 6 pounds? Well, because I want to get to that ideal weight. Okay, well, what about that number is considered ideal for you? Oh, because I was that weight when I was back in college. Okay, so let me ask you another question. How does that weight make you feel? Well, it made me feel this way. Okay, and what did that do here? And what did that do there? You gotta have clarity. Take yourself down that path of thinking as to what it is that you're trying to set yourself out to do. Why do you have that goal? Think about that goal and then ask yourself why. Why that goal? Why that number? Why that level of professionalism, that promotion? Why that salary? What about it? What is it gonna do? If it's just to check the box and say, yes, I did it, because I wanted to get there, that's not enough, folks. That's not enough to help you with the next 3 critical components that we have to do in order to actually achieve that. So stop for a minute and know. Be clear. Where are you headed? Set up the ideal outcome. So you need to recognize, what is the ideal outcome? What do I want to see out of all of this, right? And make sure it's something that truly motivates and drives you. Okay? If it's just to check the box because you really think it's time, by this age, I should own a house, because I just should. That's what they say I should do. That's not enough of a driving force. And if you end up stumbling upon achieving such a thing, you're not going to be happy, you're not going to feel content, and you're not feeling like you're creating progress in your life. Okay? Know your outcome. Step 2, take massive action. Take massive action. Why is it critical for you to take massive action? Because if you don't take action at all, nothing's gonna happen, period, okay? For those of you who know your outcome or write your goal down and create all these vision boards for yourself, which I think it's great to have visuals and things like this, but if all you're doing is creating a vision board and you know your outcome but then you don't take action and you're just hoping that one day it's gonna come to you, like, I got my vision board, I'm going to Europe one day. I'm gonna own this house by the water one day. I'm gonna make $1 million one day. Good luck. You gotta take massive action, okay? So, know my outcome. What's your goal? Know your outcome. What is it gonna feel like? What is it gonna smell like? What is it gonna truly feel at the end of the day? Like, how are you gonna live your life when you get there? And that is such a motivating and driving force for you. Now you create the action. What are the steps that you need to take? What are the skills that you need to acquire in order for you to take the massive action, right? So, set up your outcome is the first step of action taking. The second step that you should really do within action taking is recognize that unless you do, nothing's gonna happen. So start to understand the mindset of, I have to do in order for there to be an outcome. And action takers, they persevere. Action takers are determined. Action takers, they don't settle. So don't be complacent. Don't find yourself just celebrating the small wins and dwelling within them. Recognize that you have to continue to move this forward in order to achieve the ideal outcome, okay? Absolutely critical that you're a massive action taker. Notice I don't just say take action, I say massive action, okay? Do more than what others are probably doing. Don't settle. Whenever you think you're doing enough, increase it. That's why I always like to say I'm a force multiplier, because I want to force multiply my actions, my activity, and my results, right? There used to be a saying back in the day, shoot for the moon, because if you miss it, you land upon the stars, right? That's the mindset. That's the mindset, folks. You got to keep on moving. The third critical step is you got to turn on your sensory awareness. Turn on your sensory awareness. What does that mean, Johnny? Sensory awareness. Well, it's all about recognizing that when you have an outcome that you want to achieve and you're taking massive action to get there, the action that you're taking or that you think is going to happen might not necessarily fall in line with what you want in that moment. That's why you hear me in my other videos talk about you're going to fail your way to success. But if you turn on your sensory awareness, you're going to see little opportunities appear, whether it's people, mentors, or other avenues that you can take that can help you get there so that you're gonna be truly aware. You need to also notice where are there other possibilities of success in order to achieve that level of outcome that you're shooting yourself for, that you're trying to accomplish. And you also need to, align yourself with the right folks so that you can get to that level of success. Right? You hear me talk about before that success leaves clues. To be aware about your sensory awareness, you end up finding yourself aligning with the right level of people. If you only focus head down on what you're trying to accomplish and you decide to block off all of your other awareness, your sensory awareness, then you're going to continue to pave that road, and sometimes it's just going to lead you nowhere. You think you're making progress and you're not. So know your outcome, take massive action, and turn on sensory awareness. Sensory awareness, it's critical. You need to be aware of what's happening, and you need to be aware of all the opportunities and the endless possibilities that are coming to you because you're moving in the direction that you should be moving into. And if you're not, you'll realize it, and then you need to redefine how you're gonna get there. And that brings me to point number 4, the last critical component, which is demonstrate behavioral flexibility. When we talk about all of these, I get really excited about all of them, of course, but know your outcome, massive action, and definitely demonstrate behavioral flexibility. Behavior flexibility to me is everything. Because if you're so rigid in the process, you're never gonna get to where you need to get to because you're gonna be stuck in the fact that what you thought should get you there, the pathway, because you analyzed it, if you're an analytical person, the strategy, you really are gonna be so tight and annoyed that all the time and effort you put behind it or investment to get to where you wanna get to didn't get you there, that failure just pretty much overcame the desire to wanna go ahead and achieve the outcome that you set yourself out to do. So by demonstrating behavior flexibility, here's what you do. You end up being flexible in understanding that your thinking pattern sometimes needs to change, that your behavior and your actions need to change at times. There's something that I used to say, and I say it all the time. The goal should never change. The path of achieving it should always change. Because as you continue to improve yourself, whether it's acquiring new skills, acquiring new relationships, acquiring a new level of education, acquiring a new level of experience, you start to see things differently, life differently. So the pathway that you end up taking, oh, you know what, I'm on 95, my goal's over there on exit 56, but I just realized if I get off this exit and I go left, left, right, right, take the turnpike for a few exits and then cross back over, I'm gonna get there faster. That comes with demonstrating behavioral flexibility, not being so rigid in the process. It also, it doesn't allow you to give up because you start to understand that it's okay to fail in order to succeed. So I'm not going to just sit here and say to myself, I have this pathway to get to where I need to get to. I believe in what it is that I put myself out to do, but because I'm hitting these roadblocks, then maybe it's just not for me. You ever hear people say that sometimes? You know what, maybe that's just not for me. Maybe being extremely successful is just not for me. Maybe owning my own business is just not for me. Maybe, building that house on the intercoastal, on the water, or here, it's just not for me. Maybe buying my parents a house is just not for me. Maybe marriage is just not for me. Maybe a promotion is just not for me. It must not be in my cards. BS, okay? You create the cards that you're dealt with. The last chapter of your life hasn't been written yet. You write your own life, okay? So be the author, not co-author. A co-author allows the world to dictate how it's gonna happen. Okay? And surely you don't want to be a passenger. Be the author of your life. Be the author of your goals and go out and accomplish the necessary skill sets and go out and accomplish the necessary steps that are necessary, that are needed to get you to where you want to get to. So, and when you have a behavioral flexibility approach to your goals, you always find a way because you're always looking for where you have to bend and turn and what you need to do to get there. Folks, it's absolutely critical that you recognize to get here, you have to have this. This is why it's the last but most critical component of all, okay? If you like what you listened here, I'll say it again, like the video, comment below, hit subscribe, and share this with your friends, your family. I look forward to supporting and helping you in your journey of success. Again, Johnny Lee Reinoso with Don't Admire, Acquire. I appreciate your time. Cheers.